Hello guys, and welcome to the next motocross advice dirt bike technique video. In this video I want to talk about why it's so important to know the right motocross riding technique and why you have to always think about this when you're riding. One of the things we all want to do is we want to ride faster, especially when we talk about more beginner riders or amateurs. They always think about how to get faster. They watch these fast guys and they think, I want to be that fast as well. And when they go training, they're starting to only focus about riding fast. And that's where the mistakes are coming, and that's where the improper riding technique goes into your muscle memory. Vice versa. One of the things that I'm always thinking about when I'm riding is how my body is positioned. I tend to forget about the right leg position and grabbing the bike with my knees when I'm riding. And it's especially in the end of the race when I'm getting tired. And that is unfortunately when the mistakes are starting to come as well. So every time I go riding, I want to think about the proper riding technique. To stand on the balls of the feet, to grab the bike with my knees, have the hips back, have the upper body in front, and that's when all the riding goes super well. The riding is clean, the riding is fast, and the riding is comfortable and economic. So one of the things that you want to forget doing is forget thinking about how to get faster, because when you drill the right body position, when you drill the right riding technique, that's when the being faster is the consequence of this. It can't go vice versa. You can't start thinking about how to get faster, what I have to do in this corner to be faster and faster. So this is something you don't want to do. When you go riding, ride with like 60-70% of your maximum speed, but always think about the right riding technique. And do longer motos, let's say 20 minutes. Here I'm here riding today and I'm doing always 20-minute motos. And one of the key things what I try to achieve here is to be more comfortable on the dirt bike. And in order to be more comfortable, I have to have the right riding technique. And even though when you start practicing this correct riding technique, it might feel uncomfortable at first, which means that you have already drilled those bad techniques into your muscle memory, and obviously breaking the bad habit, it comes with a little bit discomfort. So it is normal. But once you start doing this, you start feeling more comfortable and you will be much more confident on the dirt bike as well. So when you go riding, do longer motos, ride slower, but always think about the right riding technique. And that is also why it's so important to know the right riding technique. And I can tell you, it's not that easy to learn motocross unless you have some riding coach who has been professional rider himself. And one of the solutions that I built is learn.motocrossadvice.com. From this site you will find my online course where I teach all about the right motocross riding technique in order to be safer, more comfortable on the bike, and obviously faster. But again, fast, this is a consequence of correct riding technique. And how I created this course is, I obviously know that there is a lot of coaches, a lot of training programs, but how I approach this is that I wanted to do something that you can go through and you can have all the lessons in the correct order. It's no point to start learning about the correct ruts riding technique, how to ride ruts, how to corner, when you don't have the basis properly right, which means the to learn the body positioning and body movements on the bike. So we start the lesson, or we start the course from that techniques part. The other thing is that I'm always going from beginners to intermediate to advanced level, which means that you can learn this in your own pace, but you will get all the right techniques in the right order and you don't miss out any of the important elements. And obviously it's an online platform, it has its own app as well, and you can take those lessons to your riding all the time. And when you forget something or you don't know something, you can be sure that you have all this information in this online training program. It's only 19 euros per month, and with 19 euros you will access all the videos that I've created for this course. So head to learn.motocrossadvice.com, scroll around, see what's going on in there, and I really hope to see you in this course as well, because one of the things what I've seen throughout the 25 years of riding motocross is that there are a lot of different coaches, a lot of YouTube videos, but you can only develop your riding when you start from the right start and go through these lessons in the right order. There is no point if you go to a group training and you start practicing ruts, but you don't know how to be on the dirt bike. What is the proper riding technique? What is the proper body movements on the dirt bike? And if you haven't drilled this into your muscle memory and go training ruts, that means that you go train ruts, but you start drilling this wrong body positioning into your muscle memory, and again, then it's much harder to get it out of your system. So every time you go riding, think about the right riding technique. When you ride, don't go fast, don't go 100% of the speed. Go slower, but make sure that your technique is good and you can actually mindfully think about them and develop them into your body's muscle memory. Thank you for watching this video. If you like to get more of these videos, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and also follow me on Instagram, Motocross Advice. So thank you again, and we will see with you already in the next episode.